Hi everyone, I'm back. I'm Giselle Loomis. I'm an author, audiobook narrator, and producer. And today we're going to talk about Alida's Way. I wrote this. My mom was kind of controlling in a sense. I mean, I love her. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, it's just she, like I mentioned before, that she would always change. She talked me into changing the endings of some of my books or whatever. But she was my rock. Okay, but Alida, she she's in a corporate world. She fell into the position of being a manager at a benefits company. Okay. And she's like the reluctant manager. She, for whatever reason, people turn to her as, and she's a leader and she doesn't want to be. Okay. And one day, under her watch, she's a manager of the tech department of this company. Right. And one day under her watch, one of the guys accidentally put a Y in a program that didn't belong there. And this accidentally generated over $1 million worth of checks to go out to providers. And so obviously this is a big deal, right? And so Jack the Hammer Williams, they call him Jack, he's a VP, and he has this reputation of being hard, and so his nickname is the Hammer. Okay, because usually whenever he comes into the building and there's this big meeting called, somebody's getting fired, ambulance is being called. You know, he's had people pass out during meetings because people are just terrified of him. But she is called into a meeting, and they're trying to find out who did this, who's responsible for this mistake, who made this $1 million mistake, right? So she goes into the meeting. She's nauseous. She's not feeling well. You know, she knows exactly who did it, but the person that did it is very close to being retired, and so she decides, you know what? Instead of ratting this guy out, I'm going to she ends up quitting instead of divulging the name. Her thinking behind it is that by the time they find out who this person is, he would have already retired and, you know, he's good. But this ends up spiraling, and of course she has her moment of panic. Oh my God, what did I do? And but while has this time off, she's discovering her true passion, what she really loved in life, and it's art. So she turns back towards her painting and her drawings and just basic artwork. And she's terrified to tell her mom, and she ends up running into a lady. I'm trying not to give spoilers away, but the few first chapters, you'll see this. But she ends up a lady runs into her while she's at a coffee shop doodling. And she's like, well, we're looking for an art teacher at the rec center. You know, you should apply. You should try to go for it. She just happens to have an art degree, so it makes sense, right? So she gets the job. And while she's there, actually, let me back up a little bit. On Jack's side, he's getting all this pressure from his higher ups. They're trying to figure out why did Alida quit? Why did she's a star. She's she motivates everybody. She gets everybody going. You know, we got to get her back. We got to get her back because production has crashed ever since she left, whatever. We need to get her back. So Jack is tasked with trying to get her back. And but in his personal life, he has a son. He's a widow. No one at the company knows anything about his personal life because he's a private person, but he's a widow. And his son has been quiet for a while, and he doesn't know how to communicate with him. But one of his son's counselors suggested taking him to the rec center and use art to express himself. So obviously, okay, so Jack and Alida are going to run into each other at the rec center, and I won't say anything more about it. I think I loved writing this. I was kind of afraid of my mom reading it because, you know, Alida is struggling with communication with her mom, and her mom is, although her mom is always right, it's just the way that she would communicate, I guess. But anyway, but my mom did read it and she actually enjoyed it. So anyway, so that's it for today, for this episode. It is Alida's Way. And I'll put the link down below. And if you enjoyed watching these videos, please click like, subscribe, and also the little bell button for the alerts so you know that new videos are coming out. And thank you. Peace out.